in welcoming our esteemed chief guest, Padam Bhushan awardee, Shri Deepak S. Parekh, former chairman of SDFC Limited, and respected members of Board of Management of JK Lakshmipat University. May I request Dr. Dheeraj Sanghi, Vice Chancellor, JK Lakshmipat University, to escort our chief guest to the dais, and also request our Pro-Chancellor, Dr. R.P. Singhania, and Pro-Chancellor Shri H.P. Singhania to kindly occupy their seats on the dais. Esteemed chief guest on the occasion, Padam Bhushan awardee, Shri Deepak S. Parekh. Respected members of the Board of Management, JKLU, members of the Academic Council and Boards of Studies, JKLU, guests and invitees, friends from media and press, parents, students, colleagues. A very good afternoon to all of you. On this auspicious occasion, I, Dr. Sheetal Munra, on behalf of JK Lakshmipat University fraternity, extend my heartiest and warm welcome to you all to the 9th edition of JKLU Laureate Award Ceremony and the Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration. It is rightly said, ignorance is the curse of God, knowledge is the wing wherewith we fly to heaven. So to invoke the blessings of Goddess of Knowledge, Ma Saraswati, Om, Aim, Reem, Kleem, Ma Saraswati Devyahe Namaha. I request our esteemed chief guest and dignitaries on the dais to please come forward and light the lamp to invoke the blessings of Goddesses Ma Saraswati. Thank you, sir. I quote, "One machine can do the work of 50 ordinary men. No machine can do the work of one extraordinary man," unquote. And today, it is our honor to have amidst us this extraordinary person, Shri Deepak S. Parekh. We all are blessed and fortunate enough to have this opportunity to hear and learn from you, sir. With these words, may I request Dr. R.P. Singhania, Pro-Chancellor JKLU, to extend a floral welcome to Shri Parekh. Thank you, sir. Indian hospitality renowned around the world for its genuine desire to place the guest above all. Atithi Devo Bhava. It's my privilege to invite our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Dheeraj Sanghi, to deliver welcome address. Please, sir.
Honorable Shri Deepak Parekh ji, this year's awardee at the JKLU Laureate Award, Pro-Chancellor Dr. Raghupati ji Singhania, Pro-Chancellor Shri Harshpati ji Singhania, members of the Board of Management, faculty, staff, students, alumni, valued guests, friends from media, and all those who are connected with us virtually. Namaskar. It is my proud privilege to welcome all of you to this beautiful campus of JK Lakshmipati University on this occasion of the 9th JKLU Laureate Award presentation and Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration. The Laureate Award is the most important award of JK Lakshmipati University, and we are honored to have Mr. Parekh as the awardee this year. The award ceremony also includes Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration, a lecture that all of us keenly look forward to. Our Honorable Pro-Chancellor will talk about the award in the lecture and introduce Mr. Parekh. At this point, I will only say that he is an institution by himself in the domain of financial services, and when such a personality receives an award, more than him being honored, he is honoring us by accepting the award. Since many people in this auditorium may not be fully aware of the magic we are doing in this outskirts of Jaipur, let me take this opportunity to share some information about ourselves. We were established in 2011 through an act of Rajasthan legislature. This is a philanthropic initiative of the 125-year-old JK Group. We offer very high quality education in engineering, technology and design, engineering, management and design. Our Institute of Engineering and Institute of Management were set up in 2011, while the Institute of Design was set up in 2019. This year, we have established a Shankar Singhania School of Business, which will offer an MBA program with specialization in digital product management and is the only one of its kind in the country. All our programs are multidisciplinary. Every engineering student, for example, has to study a minimum number of courses from design and from management, and same applies to students of other programs. Our programs are very innovative, where the focus is not just on getting a job, but preparing for a successful lifelong career. Every student in the university, irrespective of their program, have to do a course on critical thinking every semester. We have a Center for Communication and Critical Thinking, which focuses on 21st century skills. Our BBA program is very unique, and it provides specialization in entrepreneurship, and another BBA program which provides specialization in banking and fintech. This makes our students aware about the financial markets and services from a very early stage in life. Our Design Institute is doing a great job in trying to make design popular in the country. We have recently concluded the Jaipur Design Week, which we hope to make as popular as the Jaipur Literary Festival in the next few years. Our design students are doing systems project with various companies. This year they have worked with Delhi Metro and made a large number of suggestions on how to improve the customer experience in Delhi Metro. Most of our faculty comes from renowned colleges like IITs, NID and so on, and they have published in top venues. They have routinely filed patents. They also get invited by government and other industry bodies to deliver lectures and expert talks. We have strong industry linkages, as one would expect in a university set up by a large industrial house. And in fact, we have one semester requirement and pretty much all our programs as industry internship. A lot of industry professionals take guest lectures here. In fact, some of them even teach full courses. The interesting part of us connected to industry is, UGC only last year or year before that has set up this thing called a Professor of Practice. We had Professor of Practice right from the beginning, even before anybody else in the country was thinking about it. A very interesting part of our system is spending a semester in another educational institution. Most of our engineering students get an opportunity to study in an IIT. We really believe that everybody in this country who is interested in engineering had a dream. They wanted to study in IIT, but only 10,000 odd people will go to that. So we are the only institution in the country which enables everybody to study for one semester in an IIT. We have tie-ups with almost all IITs. To further our agenda of excellence, we have signed agreements with top universities around the world. These include University of Birmingham, Edinburgh Napier University, Amsterdam University of Applied Sciences, University of Florida, and many more. Such agreements allow our students to study for one semester there, as well as get easier admission in their master's programs. The curriculum has a lot of choices for the students, so each one of them can really design their own curriculum, design their own program, what they want to study, and they're not forced to study everything. Another focus of our education is making them good citizens. The sensitivity towards the fellow citizens, towards the underprivileged class, is one very important feeling that we want to inculcate in all our students. We are so glad to say that in our journey, we are helped by a large number of people from both academia and industry who have agreed to be in various bodies of the university like academic council, boards of study, advisory council, research board, and so on. We will forever remain grateful for all the support we have received from everyone along our journey. Apart from being one of the few institutions in Rajasthan to have an Atal Incubation Center, which provides support to budding entrepreneurs, we also have an Institute Innovation Council, which is a project of AICT and MHRD, which mentors other IICs and Atal Tinkering Labs. So, as a small private institution, our IIC is so well recognized by AICT that they have asked us to mentor other bigger institutions in how to do innovation. We have a vibrant student campus with a large number of clubs and sports. We have one of the best placement records amongst the universities. Our alumni are working in the top companies of the country and even abroad, and we are very proud of their achievement in such a short period of time. We are able to do so much while keeping our fees low and providing very generous scholarships thanks to strong philanthropic support from JK organization. As we grow, our aspirations are also growing, and we want to be counted as one of the best multidisciplinary university, not just in Rajasthan, but in India. We continue to invest in upgrading our infrastructure and recruitment of best manpower. Sir, our vision is to be one of the most innovative university in the world, and with the blessing of our Chancellor and the support of everyone in the board, we are on the path towards achieving that. So at the end, let me once again welcome Mr. Parekh and everyone in this audience to this very important function. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. JK Lakshmipat University, Jaipur has been set up by the visionaries of JK Group to further the cause of value-based education in this part of the world. To introduce this temple of higher learning to the esteemed audience, may we have the AV, please.
In a world where knowledge is readily available, the wisdom to innovate is the key to leadership. Built on a legacy of more than a century of business leadership, the JK Lakshmipat University understands the value of innovation.
We at JK Organization are committed to excellence and are happy that JKLU has emerged as one of the most innovative universities of the country.
We offer our students an education that is contemporary, relevant, and combines the best of academic pedagogy along with application-led practical experience.
JK Lakshmipat University was established in 2011 in the beautiful city of Jaipur by JK Organization, a 125-year-old industry house known for its philanthropic activities and interest in education. Our vision is to be the most innovative university in India and provide global education locally.
Situated next to the fast-growing metro city of Jaipur, the lush green campus, complete with a contemporary architecture, showcases a philosophy of openness and connectivity. With one of the best teacher-to-student ratios, ergonomically designed classrooms, and curricula designed by seasoned academics and industry experts, the JK Lakshmipat University offers an unmatched environment conducive to learning.
What we are trying to do here is develop this basic ability to learn and collaborate with others here.
Coming from an industrial background, the university has built strong industry collaborations. This allows it to balance its robust academic temper with the actual on-ground industrial demands. The university offers numerous courses designed by its seasoned academics in close consultation with industry experts through its 3 institutes. The Institute of Engineering and Technology is fast emerging as a hub of excellence with numerous research projects in the technologies of the future. The Institute offers a large number of combinations and options for multidisciplinary majors, minors and concentrations in computer science and engineering, mechanical engineering, experiential learning focused MBA, designed to help students become creative problem solvers. The Institute of Design at the university prepares the students to become original, imaginative and resourceful designers by exposing them to multifarious disciplines like technology, business, people, society and culture.
We created a new paradigm in design education, one that is collaborative in nature and integrative in process.
The J.K. Lakshmipat University benefits from strong academic collaborations with some of the best universities from around the world. These include collaborations with the Olin College of Engineering for project-based learning, the University of Massachusetts Amherst for a master's program, the Emory University for C Learning, and the University of Florida for its computer science program. While these international collaborations allow the students to develop a global outlook, JKLU's exchange programs with the best Indian institutes help them look at alternative approaches to problem solving. Recently, 7 students from the J.K. Lakshmipat University were selected to pursue a semester at IIT Gandhinagar.
What is unique about JKLU is our commitment to bring to our students. This means unprecedented opportunities for every student to learn and grow into his or her best in these crucial years.
The J.K. Lakshmipat University regularly hosts distinguished visitors who are a constant source of inspiration to the students.
Being a new university, we have the most modern infrastructure. Our faculty have been recruited from top institutions in India and abroad. We believe in all-round development and students have lots of clubs to support that. We have students from most states in India and have a very inclusive character in our classrooms.
Innovative to the core, the J.K. Lakshmipat University is home to 5 centers of academic excellence, offering the best of multidisciplinary lessons. The Atal Incubation Center, the Center for Data Sciences, the Center for Operations Excellence, the Center for Communication and Critical Thinking, and the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. The campus at the J.K. Lakshmipat University is buzzing with action even beyond the classrooms. The packed student calendar ensures such an abundance of sports and cultural programs that the campus is always in a state of euphoria. With so much action happening in and around the campus, there is little wonder that the university is fast emerging as one of the most sought-after campuses in this part of the world. J.K. Lakshmipat University.
Thank you. The JKLU Laureate Award was instituted by the university way back in 2014 to honor the persons of distinction and admirable repute for having contributed significantly to the development of our society and country. I feel pleased to once again invite Dr. R.P. Singhania, Pro-Chancellor JKLU, to brief the audience about the coveted award and the Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration.
Thank you. Shri Deepak Parekh ji, members of the Board of Management of JKLU University, esteemed guests, students, faculty and staff of JKLU, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all on this momentous occasion of the Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration and 9th JKLU Laureate Award ceremony. A very warm welcome to Shri Deepak Parekh ji, who has kindly consented to deliver the Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration and receive the JKLU Laureate Award. As you all know, Shri Parekh is a renowned Indian banker and one of the most respected voices in the financial sector. He is the former chairman of HDFC Limited, India's leading mortgage lender, a position he held for more than 3 decades. He spearheaded India's premier finance company, Housing Development Finance Corporation, which has turned the dream of owning a home into a reality for millions across the country. His astute business acumen and farsightedness have not only made HDFC the leader in mortgages, but have also transformed it into India's leader financial services conglomerate with a presence in banking, asset management, life insurance, general insurance, real estate, venture management, and education loans and education. In recognition of his pioneering contributions, he has been honored with multiple awards globally. A few notable ones are Germany's Cross of the Order of Merit, one of the highest distinctions by the Federal Republic of Germany in 2014, Knight in the Order of the Legion of Honor, one of the highest distinctions by the French Republic in 2010, first international recipient of Outstanding Achievement Award by Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales in 2010. He is also the first recipient of Kimpro Platinum Award for Quality for his contributions to the services sector and the youngest recipient of the Corporate Award for Lifetime Achievement by the Economic Times. He serves on the board and also chairs leading corporations both in India and overseas, including Siemens India, National Investment and Infrastructure Fund, DP World in UAE, and Fairfax Financial Holdings Corporation, Canada. He is also on the Indian Advisory Board of Accenture and on the International Advisory Boards of InvestCorp International Limited, Warburg Pincus LLC, and Fairbridge Capital Private Limited. He has been honored with Padma Bhushan, one of India's highest civilian awards. Deepak Bhai, we are extremely thankful to you for having agreed to accept this award and sparing your valuable time to be with us in spite of your overriding commitments and schedules. Since 2014, JKLU has been honoring outstanding achievers with JKLU Laureate Award, not only to venerate these accomplished leaders from all walks of life, but also to inspire the young minds in our country to identify their role models and emulate them. We have had the privilege to honor Padma Bhushan Vibhushan Dr. Manmohan Singh, the former Prime Minister of India, in 2019 for his exceptional contribution as a change agent in driving economic reforms. We also bestowed this award on Bharat Ratna Shri Pranab Mukherjee in 2018 for his exemplary achievements in governance and nation building. The JKLU Laureate Awards were also conferred upon renowned space scientist Dr. K. Kasturirangan, renowned economist and thought leader of Indian origin, Padma Bhushan Professor Lord Meghnad Desai, Nobel Peace Laureate from India, Shri Kailash Satyarthi, internationally acclaimed management guru and speaker and writer, Professor Ramcharan, Srimati Arundhati Bhattacharya, former chairperson of the State Bank of India, and Dr. Mashelkar. Shri Parekh, we are indeed delighted to confer the 9th JKLU Laureate Award on you for helping fulfill the dreams of owning a house of millions of Indians, a revolution in the development of financial services in our country. The Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration is an annual lecture series in the fond memory of our illustrious founder Chancellor, Shri Shankar Singhania, to catalyze the youth of our country in understanding the nuances of great achievements and learn from the leaders themselves. Shri Shankar Singhania, A Padma Bhushan awardee was a highly respected industrial leader as well as a personification of achievements of the human spirit in many walks of life. As the prime mover of JK organization, he served our industrial conglomerate as its president for more than 3 decades. Amongst his many achievements, he was the president of International Chamber of Commerce, headquartered in Paris, for 2 consecutive terms. He was also honored by the King of Sweden with the highest Swedish award, Royal Order of the Polar Star. He was chairman of the Board of Governors of IIM Lucknow for a term spanning over 15 years and was the main architect in building it to the level of the top 4 leading management schools of the country. Today, the topic of oration by Shri Parekh is Viksit Bharat Vision India 2047, Opportunities for the Youth. Viksit Bharat 2047 represents our Prime Minister's and government's vision to transform the country into a developed India by its 100th year of independence in 2047. The 21st century will be India's century. As the country pole vaults into the future, confident of its capabilities, it is the 5th largest economy in the world today and is on the path to be the world's 3rd largest economy by 2027, as its GDP crosses $5 trillion. By 2047, India is poised to be a $30 trillion economy with all the attributes of a developed nation, a Viksit Bharat indeed. In any nation, youth are the future drivers of a country's growth. The role of India's youth in Vision Viksit Bharat 2047 has unparalleled potential. With a workforce of more than 540 million individuals constituting approximately 41% of our population. Our average age is 29 and about 1 billion are under the age of 35 today. Sir, JK organization with more than 139 years of reputation and diversified corporate and social presence is deeply committed to excellence. The group is driven by a mission to develop Indian businesses towards Atmanirbharta and serve society with integrity, fairness and trust. Through the Shankar Singhania Education Foundation and other non-profit entities, JK organization has been strongly committed towards nation building, particularly through their contributions in the fields of education, healthcare, social welfare and infrastructure development, both in rural and urban areas. We at JK organization feel proud that we have been making a substantive contribution to the education sector in India for over 100 years. Even before country's independence, JK organization had started building several educational institutions which became prominent centers of learning over a period of time. Some of such notable examples are Juari Devi Girls Inter-College Kanpur, JK Institute of Applied Physics and Technology Allahabad, JK Institute of Sociology and Human Relations Lucknow, to name a few. Continuing this focus, JK organization has set up a total of 62 education institutions at various levels, schools, colleges, vocational institutes and universities over the years. Under the CSR initiatives across the group, the adult literacy program has transformed the lives of more than 1 lakh illiterate women and made them functionally literate. JK Lakshmipati University was set in 2011 with a vision to provide value-based, innovation-focused, high-quality education and research. The university comprises of 4 institutes: Institute of Engineering and Technology, Institute of Design, and Institute of Management, and the upcoming Shankar Singhania Business School. With a board of management comprising of eminent academicians and persons with rich experience in industry and governance, JK Lakshmipati University is steered with a vision to meet the requirements of the present and the future. It is focused on engaging the students in intellectual and moral stimulation and promotes holistic personality development for nurturing leadership. JKLU continues to earn a name of distinction for itself as a young university. It has received several awards and accolades in a short span from various stakeholders. It has been ranked 3rd in India and 1st in Rajasthan in the list of most promising future-ready universities by Education World. After being selected by Niti Aayog as one of the 3 academic institutions in Rajasthan and among 69 only across the country, out of nearly 2,700 applications, JKLU has established the Atal Incubation Center to promote and nurture startups in businesses and technology. To date, 55 startups have matured, out of which 15 startups' valuation is more than 15 crores. Besides grooming and good quality employable youth for nation building, we are committed to imparting values for caring for people, integrity, including intellectual honesty, openness, fairness, and trust, and commitment to excellence among our graduating youth, all core values of JK organization. Ladies and gentlemen, as I once again welcome you all to this occasion, I request you to be enduring friends of the JKLU. Please feel free to share with us any thoughts or suggestions in making JKLU an edifice of learning. Before I conclude, I urge our youth to seize the opportunities before you and build India a great nation with pride. Listen to the words of wisdom from Shri Parekh and see how you can model your youth in the future. I would like to conclude with a message to our youth through a quote from Mr. Barack Obama. If you are walking down the right path and you are willing to keep walking, eventually you will make progress. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Indian finance, a vibrant and dynamic sector, a realm where tradition meets innovation, where risk intertwines with opportunity, a sphere of endless possibilities and challenges, shaping the destiny of our nation on the rise. As already illustrated by our esteemed Pro-Chancellor, Dr. R.P. Singhania, the visionary titan of this dynamic sector is Shri Parekh. He is the architect of financial prudence, constructs bridges to prosperity. His legacy a tribute to the fusion of vision, diligence, and unwavering commitment. In the space of Indian entrepreneurship, Shri Parekh weaves a narrative of resilience and innovation, his strategic acumen illuminating paths to progress. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we have heard about Shri Parekh was just a snapshot of his achievements. Shri Parekh and his achievements stand taller than all his laurels and accolades. We take pride in presenting the 9th JKLU Laureate Award to you, sir. The contribution you have made to highlighting our country on the world map will always be inspirational to all of us. In fact, it is we who feel honored to honor you on this day. With this, I invite Dr. Ashwini Sharma to read out the citation of the award before this August gathering.
Thank you, ma'am. With all my modesty, I feel humbled at this moment to read out the citation of the award before this August gathering. I quote, JKLU Laureate Award presented to Mr. Deepak Shantilal Parekh in recognition of his exceptional contributions in the domain of Indian financial services and affordable housing loan sector. Mr. Deepak S. Parekh holds a legacy that will probably be impossible to match in India's financial services sector. With rich experience in his varied leadership roles under diverse environments, he stamped his imprint not just in India, but globally as well. Born in 1944, he pursued his Bachelor of Commerce degree from University of Mumbai and acquired Financial Chartered Accountant degree from England and Wales. He worked at Ernst & Young, Grindlays Bank, and Chase Manhattan Bank before joining Housing Development Finance Corporation Limited, HDFC, in 1978, where he held the chairmanship from 1993 to 2023. Mr. Parekh's astute business acumen and vision not only made HDFC the leader in mortgages, but also transformed it into India's leading financial services conglomerate. With the merger of HDFC Limited in July 2023, HDFC Bank is amongst the top 10 banks globally in terms of market capitalization. Mr. Parikh has led various high-level committees and task forces on infrastructure, housing, financial services, capital markets, etc. He held distinguished positions on the boards of various reputed MNCs. Currently, he is non-executive chairman of various leading companies and is associated with other national and international bodies in an advisory capacity. In recognition of his work, Mr. Parikh has received various national and international awards such as the Padma Bhushan, Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany, and Knight in the Order of Legion of Honor by the French Republic, amongst several others. His achievements and contributions will continue to inspire young minds to explore limitless excellence. Dated Jaipur, 27th March 2024, signed Chairman, Board of Management, unquote.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived and I am honored and privileged to invite our Pro-Chancellor, Dr. R.P. Singhania, to present the 9th JKLU Laureate Award to Padma Bhushan awardee, Shri Deepak S. Parikh. I also request all the dignitaries on the dais to join him in doing the honors. Just I'm calling you, sir. Thank you, sirs. The JKLU fraternity owes all to our founder chancellor, late Shri Shankar Singhania. As a tribute to his supreme contributions and unflinching support in setting up this university, the Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration series was instituted in 2014. Before we have the privilege of being a part of this oration, I would request the dignitaries on the dais and the audience to witness a glimpse of Shri Shankar Singhania's journey towards excellence. Please, AB.
Karmanivadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan ma karma phale heturubhurma te sangostva karmani. A man of true conviction, Shri Shankar Singhania created his own destiny. He was a true pioneer, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and a visionary par excellence. 15th August 1947 was not only an important day in Indian history, but it also marked the birth of a future industrialist. It was on this day that a young lad of 14 found his way in the visitors' gallery of the Parliament by innovative means. Even at this tender age, he had the confidence to overcome obstacles in his way. He never looked back thereafter. सफर में मुश्किलें आए तो जुर्रत और बढ़ती है. कोई जब रास्ता रोके तो हिम्मत और बढ़ती है. Shankar Singhania had contributed immensely to the growth of industrialization and was recognized with equal sincerity. However, his journey to success was not easy. Although he had his father's support, he was taught to face challenges and take tough decisions from early on. He started his first project, not in the comforts of a lavish, well-furnished office, but in the backwaters of West Bengal and the jungles of Orissa. Working in tough conditions, he tasted success the hard way. And it was only after he had been groomed, trained and tested that he joined the board of directors of the JK organization. In the year 1970, Shankar Singhania reached his first peak, where he was elected to head FICCI, the premier chamber of Indian business. In 1993-94, he became the president of the International Chamber of Commerce, Paris. His dedication to his work and contribution to the progress of the industry brought him prestigious Indian and international recognition. He was awarded the Padma Bhushan in 2003 by the President of India and was also felicitated with the Royal Order of the Polar Star by the King of Sweden.
Value system is that you have integrity, honesty, your fair play, your openness, and you believe that others should grow.
Shankar Singhania was an institution by himself. He not only started new businesses such as JK Tire, Lakshmi Cement and many others, but was also the mastermind behind the takeover in the CPM of the paper industry, Vikrant in the tire industry, and Fena, a multinational household brand for rubber belts and polymer products. He also inspired the group to acquire Tornel tires in Mexico. Shankar Singhania followed a value system that was old school yet evolved with time. He embraced change with open arms. From license Raj to free economy, IT revolution and globalization, he easily adopted the paradigm shift of doing business. From a stellar achievement at a ripe age to a grounded judgment in his later years, Shankar Singhania created a name for himself and his companies. But more than that, he groomed others to carry forward the tradition. Behind the industrialist was a man with a very soft heart. He regarded his employees as family and would be deeply moved on seeing them in any sort of discomfort. His dynamism and strong persona continues to be an inspiration for one and all. हजारों साल नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे रोती है, बड़ी मुद्दत से होता है चमन में दीदाए वार पैदा. Shankar Singhania, 20th June 1933 to 22nd February 2013.
Well, the moment has now come to be a part of the 9th Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration. And for delivering it on the theme, Viksit Bharat, Vision India 2047, Opportunities for Youth, please join me in inviting Shri Parekh.
Pro-Chancellor Shri Raghupati Singhania, Vice-Chancellor Dr. Dheeraj Sanghi, Harshpati Singhania, faculty members, students, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for inviting me today to deliver the Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration. Over my long career of over 50 years, I've met many industrialists and have seen several business families move from one generation to the next generation. Yet, there are very few promoter-led business families in India that truly stand out, not because of their contribution to business, but because they thought beyond their business. They had the vision to create institutions outside the realm of business. And they created these institutions not for their benefit, but for the benefit of future generations. This is real vision. This is real foresight. This is real philanthropy. Clearly, the JK organization stands tall in this respect. The JKLU is a young university, but much of its inspiration is attributed to the futuristic vision of Lala Lakshmipat Singhania, the key founder of the Lakshmipat Singhania Education Foundation, and the baton was then passed on to the next generation. With a strong heritage of over a century, the JK organization's business empire is spread across a myriad of sectors, yet singularly what stands out is the group's unflinching support towards education and community welfare. Exactly a decade ago, in 2014, my friend, the late Shankar Singhania, had invited me to deliver the convocation address at IIM Lucknow, where he was the chairman of the Board of Governors for over 15 years. His underlying message was always that corporate leaders had to make time for students, and that is the right way of thinking. Even though now I'm well entrenched into retirement life, for me it is an honor to be here today at the JK Lakshmipad Singhania University, whose raison d'etre is mentoring dreams. This is an institution that was set up by stalwarts to meet India's needs of tomorrow, with the focus of intersection of technology, business, as well as design. Shankar Singhania was a dynamic leader who wore many hats. He was unafraid to forge new ventures and always carried with him the entrepreneurial zeal. In both government and industry circles, he was very well respected for being an individual with immense integrity. He traversed the business world in India and internationally with great ease. His work across the business conglomerate was recognized globally, as you heard Raghupati ji saying, in Sweden, in US, in France, amongst others. We saw it in the video also. And that too this was the time when he got these awards, when much of the Western world hardly took notice of India. As young students, never underestimate the importance of knowing the history of your surroundings. I'm talking to the students. History is akin to the roots of an institution. History is where one learns about the founding principles, the core values, and the underlying philosophy of why the organization was created. History helps contextualize the journey of the institution, understand the pathways of how the institution grew, where the priorities lay at that time, and what was the vision of the founding fathers. Students, your university today is about the future. But always remember, the opportunities you gain from this educational institution was because there were founders who were generous and were deeply dedicated to the cause of bringing to India the best organizations to come. Today is a befitting day for all of us to pay tribute to a wonderful human being and visionary. Shankar Singhania ji would certainly have been very proud of India we have today. And I'm sure, were he with us today, he would have been at the forefront of sharing his ideas of what we now call Viksit Bharat 2047, India's aspiration to become an inclusive, developed economy. Since time immemorial, humans have always been curious about the future. We know we need to be future ready. We all know that we have to be prepared for the future. We are often told to be future proof ourselves if we want to survive in the long run. But we don't always know how to do it. We crystal gaze, we try to imagine the future, and there are many hits and misses on the way. The future is about changing the known. The future is about exploring the unknown. But most importantly, the future is about how we navigate change and imbibe the traits of adaptability and resilience. it is true that some generations are luckier than others. For all you youngsters here, you are undisputedly the luckiest of generations, given how India is being perceived by the global community. Perhaps you had little control on the timing of your birth, but you have control of witnessing and harnessing this once-in-a-generation opportunity of seeing India grow like never before. I do want all of you to recognize the optimism the world has on India today. When I started my career in early 70s, we had to hard sell the India story. There were always a disproportionate attention and focus on the Western world. But today, every company internationally wants a slice of India. This is why I've chosen to talk about India Future Forward, opportunities for youth, as I think this would be most apt and relatable for the youngsters here today. If you ask many retired CEOs like myself what his or her greatest regret is today, inevitably you will get the same answer. One wishes one were younger. One wishes we were your age and had the chance of working in India of today. I don't want to spend too much time on telling you what's going well for India today. You already know it, you see it, you feel it, and you're living in it. We all know that India is likely to be the third largest economy within the next 3 years by 2027, overtaking Japan and Germany. Look at the trajectory. It took 60 years after independence. We got our independence in 1947. It took us 60 years after independence to become a $1 trillion economy. But we became a $2 trillion economy in 2014. That is 7 years after the first trillion. And we became a $3 trillion economy in 2019, which is 5 years from the 2 trillion. The pandemic set us back. But the next leap of becoming a $5 trillion economy is estimated to be in 27-28. Many forecasts now estimate that this growth thrust will enable India's stock market capitalization to touch $10 trillion by 2030, which is 5 years away, 6 years away, from the current level of 4.4 trillion. India's market cap today is 4.4 trillion. Some forecasters estimate that 2030 our market cap will be $10 trillion. What has brought about this rapid change? India has held the tag of being the fastest growing major economy for a while now. The tailwinds of demographic improved institutional strength and governance, the rise of entrepreneurship and stable political leadership has catapulted India into a zone where the world wants India, not the other way around. Sure, much of the Western world and China, formerly a strong growth engine, has slowed down. Take, for instance, the global GDP. The global GDP was 2.8% in 2023, global GDP, and is expected to inch up to 3% in the current year 2024. These are World Bank estimates. India has maintained its position of having the fastest growing GDP rate amongst major economies. Of course, one needs to understand GDP data at a more granular level. The last GDP print of 8.4% growth in the quarter ended December 23 was boosted by a strong increase in indirect taxes and reduction in subsidies. Yet India's long-term sustained GDP trajectory demonstrates that India's GDP growth will remain more than double of the world's GDP growth. Since the pandemic broke out early in 2020, the global economic outlook has been shrouded with pessimism. High inflation fears, high interest rates, impending global recession, a hard landing, these are some of the terms were being used. Broken supply chains and heightened geopolitical risks. These were the facts that happened after 2020, after the pandemic broke. Economic issues can often be fixed, but what is worrying the world today is witnessing a growing tribe of dangerous and despotic leaders who are imposing extreme polarized views on their nations. This is causing increased global tension. This is causing increased global unrest. And this is causing increased global distrust. We have already seen the impact of ongoing wars on the global economy, and neither shows any signs of abating. India could not have been more fortunate to have the kind of political stability it enjoys today. The tone at the top has percolated down. This has given India a new sense of confidence, a new sense of belief in itself. India has turned center stage globally, not only because of its growth momentum, but also because of its ability to create strong ties and relations between other countries. India knows its strengths and weaknesses. As an energy deficit country, we have made it clear to the global community that we will continue to buy crude wherever we get the cheapest amount of crude. When it comes to creating new alliances, India has held its ground on the international arena. And when it comes to products and services of the future that the country needs to develop and promote, again, India has forged relationships, invited global players to set up shops in the country, and ensured that new investments into the country are beneficial for the Indian economy and will create job opportunities for its citizens. In equal measure, India has worked on improving the ease of doing business, and that is how India is attracting global players into the country. A lot has changed in India over the past decade. Think back. The agenda of the government a decade ago. What was the agenda of this government a decade ago? Was just to get households in India have access to basics like electricity, cooking gas, houses, toilets, and open basic bank accounts. Today, we are looking at an India that is a leader not only on the services-driven economy, but it has also positioned itself as a stronghold in high-end manufacturing. That is why last month, India has laid the foundation to have 4 semiconductor plants with a cumulative investment of $15 trillion US. There is confidence that India is a reliable country to do business in. India harbors ambitions to become a global semiconductor hub. It is the same whether you look at electric vehicles or you look at batteries, solar power, green hydrogen, and other new age sectors. This is where the future is. Leading global players want India to be a part of their global supply chain, and that will unfold many, many opportunities in the country. The new India emerging will depend on participative style of management and leadership. The Prime Minister in his open letter to the public has talked about his vision, Viksit Bharat. But read deeper into his message and it is clear that he is talking about Jan Bhagidari, which is public participation. India is at a juncture where it has the ability to take bold reforms for the welfare of the nation. And to meet these aspirations, the Prime Minister is calling for his own citizens to play a part in India's future. The government will create enabling environment, but entrepreneurship has to be bold, take informed risks, and build for the future. It is you all, the new workforce of India, that will forge India's path ahead. You are center stage now. So what are the prerequisites that India needs to attain aspirations of a developed economy? First is economic growth, the aspiration to achieve high GDP growth, whilst ensuring that the benefits of economic prosperity reach all sections of society. In short, we have to address income inequalities. Second is education and skill development. Our education system needs a complete overhaul as to produce skilled workforce capable of driving innovation and contributing to economic growth. Third, of course, is access to healthcare. This is about ensuring that quality healthcare services are accessible to all, thereby improving the health and well-being of our citizens. Fourth is infrastructure development, building sustainable world-class infrastructure, which we see is happening around the country in a timely manner that supports economic activities, enhances the quality of life, and connects remote areas to mainstream markets. And fifth is technological advancements. This will see India strongly promoting research and development in cutting-edge technologies and innovation, thereby making India as a leader in technology. And last is social equity, ensuring that growth is inclusive, ensuring that growth is equitable, with special emphasis on uplifting the marginalized and underprivileged sections of our society. This is also about ensuring our pillars of democracy, the executive, the legislation, and the judiciary function in a manner that is free. These are not new aspirations, and there are challenges ahead, such as income inequalities, increasing public spend on soft infrastructure, such as healthcare and education, hard infrastructure, roads, ports, airports, highways, warehouses. India needs to address climate risk and forge green pathways. We will need more sources of energy to fulfill our growth ambitions. The challenge lies in prioritizing growth, finding resources to ensure sufficient investments are made more towards greener energy, yet recognizing that India will be fossil fuel dependent for much, much longer than many other Western economies. Then finally, while striving to be at the forefront of new technology development, we need to ensure, ensure that we do not end up widening the digital divide. I'm sure many of you students here will go on to work on policy reforms, promoting entrepreneurship, revamping the education system, innovating in healthcare, digital literacy, infrastructure connectivity, environmental policies, social programs to uplift the marginal and disadvantaged society members. Some of the questions your generation will need to tackle. You have to tackle these. What will it take to rebuild trust amongst nations? Today there's total trust deficit between nations. How do we solve for climate change if countries care only about their boundaries? Can the world abide by a common set of principles for transformational technologies like generative artificial intelligence? How do we build algorithms that are fair, that are unbiased? What will the future of work look like? Will we lose our human-centric approach when general AI and metaverse comes into practice? How do we regulate big tech and ensure we do not stifle growth? My only advice to you is, don't be afraid of change and don't stop the learning curve. You will hear prophecies such as jobs will disappear because of generative AI. Don't believe in that. Or the future will only have two kinds of jobs. Those that tell machines what to do and those that machines tell you what to do. As students, the only loss you will ever have if you choose to stop learning. Be a lifelong learner. Stay away from cynics and surround yourself with dreamers, doers, and optimists. Life success is not about wealth you generate or hope to accumulate. It is important to be happy in the place you choose to work in. And again, I want to reiterate, opportunities in India will continue to be India will continue to be a predominantly service-driven economy. India's markets are not at all saturated. We have not even scratched the surface yet. And our scope to grow is so immense in the financial sector. Just to give you a few numbers, consumer credit, when you take a loan to buy a car or a refrigerator or some item, two-wheelers, India's consumer credit to GDP is at 37%, is amongst the lowest in the world. In China, it is 62%. In India, it is only 37%. In the US, it is over 75%. That is consumer lending, consumer banks giving loans, NBFCs giving loans to individuals to buy something for the house. Mortgage to GDP. Mortgage to GDP in India is only 11%. It is 18% in China and 52% in some countries. In the European Union, it is over 90%. So look at the gap we have. We are 11%, we have to go up. So look at the opportunities you have in financial services for the years to come. Insurance penetration in India is only 4.2% of GDP compared to 7% of the global average. Mutual fund penetration is 17% of GDP. This is a March 23 number, compared to 114% in US, and the world average is of 80%. We are 17%, and the world average includes lesser developed economies also. Recently, the assets under management of mutual funds industry crossed 54 trillion rupees with over 42 million investors. This augurs well for the industry, but still 42 million is a small sliver of middle class. The potential, given that systemic SIPs of as little as 500 is possible to invest. To my mind, the Jan Dhan accounts best symbolizes India's democratization of financial services. And today we also have a state-of-art interoperable payment systems, which even the developed countries have admired and want to emulate us. Indian financial sector has displayed a great deal of resilience, and much credit is due to the fact that we have strong regulators. They have been vigilant, they have been prudent. Regulation technology, or RegTech as it's called, is also making supervision much more robust. Underlying philosophy of regulators is to ensure that common man does not lose out his or her hard-earned savings. This is why one sees the regulator coming down hard on entities that do not follow the norms. Another issue to be cognizant of is that there are no easy way of making money. As a retail investor, one has to be patient. The regulators raised the flag early on the run-up of small and mid-caps stocks. So stress tests were carried out earlier on. There can be nothing worse for financial markets than speculators who create market bubbles. So my advice is to be consistent in your investment approach and don't follow the herd instinct. Again, as was said earlier, as far as startups in India are concerned, contrary to the narrative of mainstream media, there is sufficient capital available for startups. What has really changed in the startup industry, earlier model of runaway valuations is over, and the cash burn model no longer holds good. Governance and accountability is important irrespective of the size of the startup. Setbacks happen in entrepreneurship, but lessons of prudence need to be learned. So let me end by once again saying that the opportunities that will unfold for you will be immense. But as you get to the workforce, always remember there is no substitute for honesty, integrity, and hard work. Now allow my age and my gray hair and gray matter and my many long years of work to leave a few simple thoughts to live more holistically. This is all for the students. not for all of us. Be happy with what you do. Be happy with what work you do. It is important to work with like-minded people and with people who share the same values as you do. Think big, act small. Let the trait of humility stick with you like a glue. You can be a top dog one day and a nobody the next day. Be prepared for that. Financial greed and arrogance have been the pitfall of many, so guard against it. Values don't need sanctity of law. What is wrong, period. Be kind. Few people will remember the work you do, but most will remember how you made them feel. Always make time for yourself, doing what you enjoy. And finally, spend some time with people above the age of 70 and under the age of 6. You will be amazed how much more you can learn. Again, in finality, I would like to say, work eventually is secondary. And for all of you, nothing in life matters more than the strong ties with family and friends through the journey of life, be it joy or be it in grief. Destiny often plays its own part, but whatever be the circumstances, life must be faced with acceptance, courage, and empathy. It is your time to shine under the sun now. Wishing you all the very best in your future endeavors, and it's a great time to be young in India today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us with your intellect and more so by your wisdom. We feel truly learned and equally blessed after this oration. Thanks for guiding us on what the future holds for us and how can be created today. Our thanks go out to you for reinforcing our faith in India's destiny and recognizing its young people's wide range of talents and skills. Your address will certainly go a long way inspiring all of us, academia at JKLU, and many others from the nearby regions in moving ahead and striving for excellence. Thank you once again. Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude. Gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. Let us to be grateful to people who enrich our knowledge, enlighten our minds, and make us feel confident and comfortable. I now request our Pro-Chancellor, Shri H.P. Singhania, to propose a vote of thanks.
Shri Deepak Parekh ji, our chief guest and the 9th JKLU Laureate Award recipient, Dr. Raghupati Singhania ji, Pro-Chancellor of JKLU, Dr. Sanghi, the Vice Chancellor of JKLU, board members of JKLU, distinguished faculty members, students, most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great privilege to make some concluding remarks at this very august gathering and ceremony. Deepak Bhai, thank you first of all for the honor you bestow on us for accepting this award. Also, thank you for your remarkable oration at the Shankar Singhania Memorial Oration. I was listening carefully, and I think everybody in the audience, first thing I noticed that the little chatter that was happening earlier had all stopped when you started speaking. I think everybody took in what you said with great care, but what was remarkable was it was not just about Viksit Bharat, but it was about Viksit life, if I could see. How young people, how all of us can enhance our lives and really contribute to this great country that we have been fortunate to have been born in. You made many, many points about the economy, about people, about the way we should conduct ourselves, and I will not repeat those. You gave your thoughts about how and what we should do in India for further progress. But a couple of things which I'd like to reiterate. One, the message that you gave, 2 points, about don't be afraid of change. And frankly, if I may be very candid, there are many of us at leadership and business, that is the fear that confronts you sometimes. Second, the issue of never stopping to learn, to don't stop learning. But the most interesting, amusing, but very, very deep was the need to surround yourself with people who are above 70 and below 6. That was really unique, but I think there is great value. We are not discarded. Yes, exactly. Now I see a method to the madness. But the honesty, hard work and integrity, which have been core values of JK organization, and I am glad that you also subscribe to those things. Deepak Bhai, thank you very much on behalf of everybody at JKLU here for your presence. We know that unfortunately you've been suffering a little bit of flu, and but the way you spoke didn't make it feel so. Thank you. I'd also like to thank all the people who have gathered here today to make this event, to come from far and near, to all the students who have been here and shown up in very large numbers. I hope you will not only make J.K. Lakshmipad University proud, but make our nation proud. Because really, if we have to fulfill many of the dreams that Deepak Bhai talked about and what our Prime Minister talks about, we need you to fulfill them. So thank you very much for being here. I'd also like to thank all the faculty and staff of JKLU and all the organizers who've helped make this event a success, and the media people who've come up here to project what we are trying to do. I'm sure, sir, with your remarks and encouragement, JKLU will take on a greater role in the development of the nation. And I wish everybody a very pleasant evening. Thank you very much.
May I now request all present here to rise for the national anthem.
Jana Gana Mana Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachal Yamuna Ganga Uchchal Jaladhi Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Ashish Mage Gahe Tava Jaya Gatha Jana Gana Mangala Dayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He.
Thank you. I request all the audience to wait till the dignitaries leave the hall. I also invite all the guests, faculty and staff to kindly join us for high tea organized in the side lawn. And all JKLU students are requested to receive the refreshment packet just outside the venue.